A U.S. national and state counselor therapy organization guide from the Theagapecenter.com/organization/counseling.htm. Chapter 1. Counselor Organization Guide from the Theagapecenter.com/organization/counseling.htm. Counseling Organization/Counseling Associations. abgc.net, American Board of Genetic Counseling, ABGC. academyofabpps.org, Academy of Counseling Psychology, ACOP. collegecounseling.org, American College Counseling Association, ACCA. counseling.org, American Counseling Association, ACA. aacc.net, American Association of Christian Counselors, AACC. aapc.org, American Association of Pastoral Counselors, AAPC. aasbc.com, American Association of Senior Peer Counseling, OSPC. aascb.org, American Association of State Counseling Boards, ASCIB. amca.org, American Mental Health Counselors Association, AMITCA. nchrtm.okstate.edu/ARCA, American Rehabilitation Counseling Association, ARCA. schoolcounselor.org, American School Counselor Association, ASCA. aac.ncat.edu, Association for Assessment in Counseling and Education, AUS. acesonline.net, Association for Counselor Education and Supervision, ACES. ADC.org, Association for Death Education and Counseling, ADEC. amcd-aca.org, Association for Multicultural Counseling and Development, AMCD. apc-s.com, Association for Pastoral Counseling and Supervision, APCs. asgw.org, Association for Specialists in Group Work, ASGW. academic.org, Association of Christian Alcohol and Drug Counselors, ACADC. amftrb.org, Association of Marital and Family Therapy Regulatory Boards, AMFTRB. theaca.net.au, Australian Counselling Association, ACA, Australia. bacp.co.uk, British Association for Counselling and Psychotherapy, BACP, United Kingdom, UK. cacb.ca, Canadian Addiction Counselors Certification Board, CACIB, Canada, CA. capi.org, Canadian Association for Pastoral Practice and Education, CAP, Canada, CA. cagc-accg.ca, Canadian Association of Genetic Counselors, CAGC, Canada, CA. ccacc.ca, Canadian Counselling Association, CCA, Canada, CA. cpsp.org, College of Pastoral Supervision and Psychotherapy, CPSP. crccertification.com, Commission on Rehabilitation Counselor Certification, CRCC. iac-irtac.org, International Association for Counseling, IAC. counseling.org/IAAOC, International Association of Addictions and Offender Counselors, IAAOC. imfc.com, International Association of Marriage and Family Counselors, IAMFC. iapcinc.org, International Association of Pastoral Counselors, IAPC. nationalafc.com, National Association of Forensic Counselors, NAFC. nancy.org, National Association of Nouthetic Counselors, NANC. nbcc.org, National Board for Certified Counselors, NBCC. nbcpc.org, National Board for Certified Pastoral Counselors, NBCPC. ncca.org, National Christian Counselors Association, NCCA. natalacademic.4t.com, National Credentialing Academy, NCA, Family Therapy Certification. nsgc.org, National Society of Genetic Counselors, NSGC. nzac.org, NZ, New Zealand Association of Counsellors, NZAC, New Zealand, NZ. PCSOSJ.org, Pastoral Counsellors Seeking Openness Around Sexual Justice, PCSOSJ. POCFA.org, O, Psychotherapy and Counselling Federation of Australia, PACFA, Australia, O. SACS.org, Southern Association for Counsellor Education and Supervision, SASES. Canada Counselling Organizations. CACCB.ca, Canadian Addiction Counsellors Certification Board, CACCB, Canada, CA. CAPI.org, Canadian Association for Pastoral Practice and Education, CAP, Canada, CA. CAGC-ACCG.ca, Canadian Association of Genetic Counsellors, CAGC, Canada, CA. CCACC.ca, Canadian Counselling Association, CCA, Canada, CA. British Columbia, Canada. BC-counsellors.org, British Columbia Association of Clinical Counsellors, CAC. edwardpeck.com/CCA, Canadian Counselling Associations, CCA, British Columbia and Yukon Chapter. Ontario, Canada. OAMFT.on.ca, Ontario Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, OMFET, Canada, CA. Yukon, Canada. Canadian Counselling Associations, CCA, British Columbia and Yukon. Genetic Counselling Organizations. ABGC.net, American Board of Genetic Counselling, ABC. CAGC-ACCG.ca, Canadian Association of Genetic Counsellors, CAC, Canada, CA. NSGC.org, National Society of Genetic Counsellors, NSGC. Marriage Family Therapist Organizations by State. National Credentialing Academy.com, National Credentialing Academy, Family Therapy Certification. dced.state.ak.us/occ/pmft.htm, Alaska Board of Marital and Family Therapy. camft.org, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFED. eastbaytherapist.org, East Bay Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. LACAMFT.org, Los Angeles Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. MCCMFT.org, Monterey County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. OCCMFT.org, Orange County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. RECAMFT.org, Redwood Empire Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. CAMFT-sandiego.org, San Diego Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. SDNC-CAMFT.org, San Diego North County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFED. SFCMFT.org, San Francisco Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. SGVCAMFT.org, San Gabriel Valley Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. SantaBarbaraTherapy.org, Santa Barbara Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. MarriageFamilyTherapy.org, Santa Clara Valley Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. VC-CAMFT.org, Ventura County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. ColoradoTherapists.org, Colorado Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFED. CTAMFT.com, Connecticut Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFED. FAMFT.org, Florida Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, FAMFED. NEFAMFT.org, Northeast Florida Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NEFAMFED. GAMFT.org, Georgia Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, GAMFED. IMFT.com, Iowa Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, IMFED. CAMFT.org, Kentucky Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFED. LAMFT.org, Louisiana Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, LAMFED. MichiganFamilyTherapy.org, Michigan Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, MAMFED. BMFT.state.mn.us, Minnesota Board of Marriage and Family Therapy. MAMFT.com, Mississippi Association for Marriage, Family Therapy, MAMFED. NebraskaMFT.org, Nebraska Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NAMFED. NAMFT.org, Nevada Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NAMFED. NIAMFT.org, New York Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NIAMFED. LIAMFT.org, Long Island Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, LIAMFED. NCAMFT.org, North Carolina Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NCAMFED. OAMFT.org, Oregon Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, OMFED. PAMFT.org, Pennsylvania Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, PAMFED. RIAMFT.org, Rhode Island Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, RIAMFED. SCAMFT.org, South Carolina Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, SCAMFED. SDAMFT.org, South Dakota Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, SDAMFED. TNAMFT.org, Tennessee Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, TAMFED. TXMFT.org, Texas Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, TAMFED. VAMFT.org, Virginia Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, VAMFED. WAMFT.org, Washington Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, WAMFED. RelationshipHelp.org, Wisconsin Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, WAMFED. Christian Counseling Organizations. AAPC.org, American Association of Pastoral Counselors, APC. APC-S.com, Association for Pastoral Counseling and Supervision, APCs. CAPI.org, Canadian Association for Pastoral Practice and Education, CAP, Canada, CA. CPSB.org, College of Pastoral Supervision and Psychotherapy, CPSP. IAPCinc.org, International Association of Pastoral Counselors, IAPC. NBCPC.org, National Board for Certified Pastoral Counselors. Rehabilitation Counseling Associations. nchrtm.okstate.edu/ARCA, American Rehabilitation Counseling Association. crccertification.com, Commission on Rehabilitation Counselor Certification, CRCC. core-rehab.org, Council on Rehabilitation Education, CORE. nrca-net.org, National Rehabilitation Counseling Association, NRCA. lrcboard.org, Louisiana Licensed Professional Vocational Rehabilitation Counselors Board of Examiners. Social Work Organizations. ABECSW.org, American Board of Examiners in Clinical Social Work, ABE. AASWG.org, Association for the Advancement of Social Work with Groups, ASWG. BPDonline.org, Association of Baccalaureate Social Work Program Directors, BPD. AOSW.org, Association of Oncology Social Work, AOSW. APOSW.org, Association of Pediatric Oncology Social Work, APOSW. CASW-access.ca, Canadian Association of Schools of Social Work, CASW, Canada, CA. CAW-ACS.ca, Canadian Association of Social Workers, CASW, Canada, CA. CSWF.org, Clinical Social Work Federation, CSWF. CSWE.org, Council on Social Work Education, CSWE. IFSW.org, International Federation of Social Workers, IFSW. NAPSW.org, National Association of Perinatal Social Workers, NAPSW. NASWDC.org, National Association of Social Workers, NASW. TransplantSocialWorker.org, Society for Transplant Social Workers, STSW. dced.state.ak.us/occ/pcsw.htm, Alaska Board of Social Work Examiners. bcasw.org, British Columbia Association of Social Workers, BCASW. Clinical Social Work Society.org, California Society for Clinical Social Work, CSCSW. CSWSDelaware.org, Clinical Social Worker Society of Delaware, CSWS of DA. Professional-licensing.state.de/board/social-workers/index.shtml, Delaware Board of Clinical Social Work Examiners. FHCSWA.net, Florida Healthcare Social Workers Association, FCSWA, Long-Term Care. NASUGA.org, National Association of Social Workers, Georgia Chapter, NASWGA. MAPCHSW.com, Manitoba Association of Personal Care Home Social Workers, MAPCHSW. DHMH.state.md.us/BSWA, Maryland State Board of Social Work Examiners. NASWNE.org, Nebraska Chapter National Association of Social Workers, NASWNE. OASW.org, Ontario Association of Social Workers, OASW. OCSWSSW.org, Ontario College of Social Workers and Social Service Workers, EXWSW. NASWWI.org, Wisconsin Association of Social Workers, WASW. NASWTX.org, Texas Chapter, National Association of Social Workers, NASW. Speech-language therapy organizations. AAPPSPA.org, American Academy of Private Practice in Speech Pathology and Audiology, OPSPA. ASHA.org, American Speech-Language Hearing Association, ASHA. ASHAFoundation.org, American Speech-Language Hearing Association Foundation, ASHA Foundation. CALPA.ca, Canadian Association of Speech-Language Pathologists and Audiologists, CASLPA, Canada, CA. CAPCSD.org, Council of Academic Programs in Communication Sciences and Disorders, CAPCSD. CUDespeech.org, National Cued Speech Association, NCSA. NSSLHA.org, National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, NSLOHA. World, U.S. state, and local speech-language therapy organizations. NZSTA-speech.org, NZ, New Zealand Speech-Language Therapists Association, NZSTA, New Zealand, NZ. RCSLT.org, Royal College of Speech and Language Therapists, RCSLT, United Kingdom, UK. SpeechPathologyAustralia.org, O, Speech Pathology Association of Australia, SPAA, Australia, O. ABSPA.org, Alabama Board of Examiners for Speech-Language Pathology and Audiology, ABSPA. AlabamaSHA.org, Speech and Hearing Association of Alabama, SHAA. dced.state.ak.us/occ/POD.htm, Alaska Board of Audiologists and Speech-Language Pathologists. Helvetica, Alaska Speech-Language Hearing Association. ARSHA.org, Arizona Speech-Language Hearing Association, ARSHA. ARCSHA.org, Arkansas Speech-Language Hearing Association, ARCSHA. CSHA.org, California Speech-Language Hearing Association, CSHA. slpub.ca.gov, California Speech Language Pathology and Audiology Board, SLOPAB. caloriespap.org, California Speech Pathologists and Audiologists in Private Practice, caloriespap. Helvetica, OM/SACTOASHA, Sacramento Area Speech and Hearing Association, SASHA. scmcweb.com, Southern California Medical Speech Pathology Medical Council, SCMC. cshassociation.org, Colorado Speech Language Hearing Association, CSHA. ctspeechhearing.org, Connecticut Speech Language Hearing Association, CSHA. dshaweb.org, Delaware Speech Language Hearing Association, DSHA. flasha.org, Florida Association of Speech Language Pathologists and Audiologists, FLASHA. gsha.org, Georgia Speech Language Hearing Association, GSHA. Hawaii. hsha.org, Hawaii Speech Language Hearing Association, HSHA. Idaho, Idaho. idahosha.org, Idaho Speech, Language, Hearing Association, ISHA. Illinois. ishail.org, Illinois Speech Language Hearing Association, ISHA. pasha-illinois.com, Peoria Area Speech Language Hearing Association, PASHA. iselha.org, Indiana Speech Language Hearing Association, ISHA. in.gov/hpb/board/slpub, Indiana Speech Language Pathology Audiology Board. Iowa. isha.org, Iowa Speech Language Hearing Association, ISHA. ksha.org, Kansas Speech Language Hearing Association, KSHA. kysha.org, Kentucky Speech Language Hearing Association, KSHA. Louisiana. lsha.org, Louisiana Speech Language Hearing Association, LSHA. Maine. mslha.org, Maine Speech Language Hearing Association, MISLOHA. mdslha.org, Maryland Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. healthcarezource.com/msha, Massachusetts Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. Michigan's PEAChearing.org, Michigan Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. ocslha.com, Oakland County Speech Language Hearing Association, XLOHA. co.oakland.mi.us, Oakland County, Michigan, MI. Minnesota. msha.net, Minnesota Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. Mississippi. mshausa.org, Mississippi Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. showmemsha.org, Missouri Speech Language Hearing Association, MSHA. mshaonline.org, Montana Speech Language and Hearing Association, MSHA. nslha.org, Nebraska Speech Language Hearing Association, NSLOHA. nhslha.org, New Hampshire Speech Language Therapy Association, NSLOHA. NewJerseySHA.org, New Jersey Speech Language Hearing Association, NJSHA. nmsha.org, New Mexico Speech Language Hearing Association, NMSHA. LSHA.org, Long Island Speech Language Hearing Association, LSHA. nyslha.org, New York State Speech Language Hearing Association, NSLHA. ncsHLA.org, North Carolina Speech, Hearing, and Language Association, NCHA. Ariel. Ohio. ohioselha.org, Ohio Speech Language Hearing Association, OSLOHA. oslha.org, Oklahoma Speech Language Hearing Association, OSHA. Oregon's PEAChandhearing.org, Oregon Speech Language and Hearing Association, OSHA. PSHA.org, Pennsylvania Speech Language Hearing Association, PSHA. RISHA.info, Rhode Island Speech Language Hearing Association, RISHA. SCSHA.com, South Carolina Speech Language Hearing Association, SCUSHA. SDSLHA.org, South Dakota Speech Language Hearing Association, SLOHA. TASLP.org, Tennessee Association of Audiologists and Speech/Language Pathologists, TASLP. Maine.org/AAASLP, Austin Area Association of Speech-Language Pathologists, AASLP. HACD.org, Houston Association for Communication Disorders, HACD. TXSHA.org, Texas Speech-Language Hearing Association, TSHA. Utah. USHAonline.net, Utah Speech-Language Hearing Association, USHA. VSLHA.org, Vermont Speech-Language Hearing Association, VSHA. SHAV.org, Speech-Language Hearing Association of Virginia, SHAV. WSLHA.org, Washington Speech-Language Hearing Association, WSHA. WVSHA.org, West Virginia Speech-Language Hearing Association, WVSHA. WISHA.org, Wisconsin Speech-Language Pathology and Audiology Association, WSHA. Ariel. WSHA.info, Wyoming Speech-Language Hearing Association. A list of peer assistance organizations from the Theagapecenter.com/organizations/specialties/peer-assistance.htm. AANA.com/peer, American Association of Nurse Anesthetists, Peer Assistance. AlternativePrograms.org, National Organization of Alternative Programs, NOAP. rn.ca.gov/divprgrm/diversprgrm.htm, California Board of Registered Nursing, Diversion Program. ccdinfo.org, Concerned Colorado Dentists, CCD, dentists helping other alcohol/chemically dependent, impaired, dentists. georgianurses.org/impaired_nurse.htm, Georgia Nurses Association's Nurse Advocate Program 1-800-GNA-9NAP, 1-800-462-9627, or 404-325-8807. kpapn.org, Kentucky Peer Assistance Program for Nurses, KPAPN. OP.org, Ohio Physicians Effectiveness Program, OPEP. wisconsonnurses.org/wisconsonnurses/l3content.asp?content ID =14. Wisconsin Nurses Association, Peer Assistance Program, PAP. Chapter 2. Counseling Associations and Organizations by U.S. State. Alabama Counseling Associations Organizations. alabamacounseling.org, Alabama Counseling Association, ALCA. almhca.com, Alabama Mental Health Counselor Association, ALMITCA. Alaska Counseling Associations Organizations. dced.state.ak.us/occ/pmft.htm, Alaska Board of Marital and Family Therapy. dced.state.ak.us/occ/ppco.htm, Alaska Board of Professional Counselors. alaskacounseling.org, Alaska Counseling Association, EXA. axca.com, Alaska School Counselor Association, AXCA. RADACT.com, Regional Alcohol and Drug Abuse Counselor Training, Redact. Arizona Counseling Associations Organizations. AZADAC.org, Arizona Association of Alcohol and Drug Abuse Counselors, AZADAC. AZCA.org, Arizona Counselor Association. Arkansas Counseling Associations Organizations. ARMHCA.org, Arkansas Mental Health Counselors Association, ARMITCA. California Counseling Associations Organizations. CAADAC.org, California Association of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselors, CAADC. CAMFT.org, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFED. EastBayTherapist.org, East Bay Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFED. MCCMFT.org, Monterey County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. OCCMFT.org, Orange County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. RECAMFT.org, Redwood Empire Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. CAMFT-San Diego.org, San Diego Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. SDNC-CAMFT.org, San Diego North County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFeed. SFCMFT.org, San Francisco Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFeed. SGVCAMFT.org, San Gabriel Valley Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. SantaBarbaraTherapy.org, Santa Barbara Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFeed. MarriageFamilyTherapy.org, Santa Clara Valley Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, CAMFeed. VC-CAMFT.org, Ventura County Chapter, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists. CAMFeed. SchoolCounselor-CA.org, California Association of School Counselors, CASC. California-Registry.org, California Registry of Professional Counselors and Paraprofessionals. CRPCP. Colorado Counseling Associations Organizations. ColoradoTherapists.org, Colorado Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFeed. Connecticut Counseling Associations Organizations. CTAMFT.com, Connecticut Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFeed. CCAMaine.com, Connecticut Counseling Association, CCA. ccamaine.com/division/cmhca/cmhcamaine.htm, Connecticut Mental Health Counselors Association. CMITCA. Florida Counseling Associations Organizations. FAMFT.org, Florida Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, FAMFeed. NEFAMFT.org, Northeast Florida Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NEFAMFeed. FLACounseling.org, Florida Counseling Association, FCA. FMHCA.org, Florida Mental Health Counselors Association, FMITCA. Georgia Counseling Associations Organizations. GAMFT.org, Georgia Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, GAMFeed. LPCAGA.org, Licensed Professional Counselors Association of Georgia. Idaho Counseling Associations Organizations. IdahoMentalHealth.org, Idaho Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. Illinois Counseling Associations Organizations. CICO-IL.org, Coalition of Illinois Counselors Organizations, CICO. ILCounseling.org, Illinois Counseling Association. ICA. IMHCA.org, Illinois Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. ILSchoolCounselor.org, Illinois School Counselor Association, ISCSA. Indiana Counseling Associations Organizations. IndianaCounseling.org, Indiana Counseling Association, ICA. ICAADA.org, Indiana Counselors Association on Alcohol and Drug Abuse, ICAADA. IMHCA.com, Indiana Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. ISCA-in.org, Indiana School Counselor Association. ISCSA. Iowa Counseling Associations Organizations. IMFT.com, Iowa Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, IMFeed. IMHCA.net, Iowa Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. IowaSchoolCounselors.org, Iowa School Counselor Association, ISCSA. Kansas Counseling Associations Organizations. kscounseling.org, Kansas Counseling Association. kssca.com, Kansas School Counselor Association. Kentucky Counseling Associations Organizations. camft.org, Kentucky Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, CAMFED. kyca.org, Kentucky Counseling Association, KCA. state.ky.us/agency/finance/occupation/pro-counselors/index.htm, Kentucky Licensed Professional Counselors Board. kmhca.org, Kentucky Mental Health Counselors Association, KMITCA. kyschoolcounselor.org, Kentucky School Counselor Association, KSCA. Louisiana Counseling Associations Organizations. LASACT.org, Louisiana Association of Substance Abuse Counselors. LRCboard.org, Louisiana Licensed Professional Vocational Rehabilitation Counselors Board of Examiners. LSBCSAC.org, Louisiana State Board of Certified Substance Abuse Counselors, LSBCSAC. Maine Counseling Associations Organizations. state.me.us/pfr/olr/categories/cat02.htm, Maine. Board of Alcohol and Drug Counselors. mcca-info.org, Maine Clinical Counselors Association, MICA. maineca.org, Maine Counseling Association, MICA. meschoolcounselor.org, Maine School Counselor Association, MESCA. Maryland Counseling Associations Organizations. lcpcm.org, Licensed Clinical Professional Counselors of Maryland, LCPCM. dhmh.state.md.us/BOPC, Maryland State Board of Professional Counselors, Therapists. Massachusetts Counseling Associations Organizations. mbsacc.org, Massachusetts Board of Substance Abuse Counselor Certification, MSAC. mamhca.org, Massachusetts Mental Health Counselors Association, MAMITCA. mosca.org, Massachusetts School Counselors Association, MASCA. Michigan Counseling Associations Organizations. michiganfamilytherapy.org, Michigan Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, MAMFED. michigancounseling.org, Michigan Counseling Association MCA. mmhca.org, Michigan Mental Health Counselors Association, AMITCA. Minnesota Counseling Associations Organizations. minnesotafamilies.org, Minnesota Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, MAMFED. bmft.state.mn.us, Minnesota Board of Marriage and Family Therapy. Mississippi Counseling Associations Organizations. mamft.com, Mississippi Association for Marriage, Family Therapy, MAMFED. Missouri Counseling Associations Organizations. mmhca.net, Missouri Mental Health Counselors Association, AMITCA. dmh.missouri.gov/ada/msaccb/index.htm, Missouri. Substance Abuse Counselors Certification Board, MISAC. Montana Counseling Associations Organizations. mcmhca.org, Montana Clinical Mental Health Counselors Association, MCMITCA. montanacounseling.org, Montana Counseling Association, MCA. mtschoolcounselor.org, Montana School Counselor Association, MISCA. Nebraska Counseling Associations Organizations. n-c-a.org, Nebraska Counseling Association, NCA. Nevada Counseling Associations Organizations. gnsca.org, Greater Nevada School Counselor Association, NSCA. namft.org, Nevada Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NAMFED. snsca.org, Southern Nevada School Counselor Association, TINSCA. New Hampshire Counseling Associations Organizations. NHMHCA.org, New Hampshire Mental Health Counseling Association, NMITCA. New Jersey Counseling Associations Organizations. NewJerseyCounseling.org, New Jersey Counseling Association, NJCA. New Jersey MHCA.org, New Jersey Mental Health Counselors Association, NJMITCA. New Jersey SCA.org, New Jersey School Counselor Association, NJSCA. New Mexico Counseling Associations Organizations. nmca.nm.org/lpca_nm, Licensed Professional Counseling Association of New Mexico, LPCAN. New York Counseling Associations Organizations. NIAMFT.org, New York Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, NIAMFT. LIAMFT.org, Long Island Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, LIAMFT. NewYorkCounseling.org, New York Counseling Association. NewYorkMHCA.org, New York Mental Health Counselors Association, NMITCA. NYSSCA.org, New York State School Counselor Association, NISCA. North Carolina Counseling Associations Organizations. LPCANC.org, Licensed Professional Counselors Association of North Carolina, LPCAN. Ohio Counseling Associations Organizations. OhioCounselingAssociation.com, Ohio Counseling Association, OCA. State.oh.us/CSW, Ohio Counselors and Social Worker Board. OMHCA.org, Ohio Mental Health Counselors Association, OMITCA. OhioSchoolCounselors.org, Ohio School Counselor Association, OSCA. Oregon Counseling Associations Organizations. ACCBO.com, Addiction Counselor Certification Board of Oregon, ECBO. OAMFT.org, Oregon Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, OMFED. OBLPCT.state.or.us, Oregon Board of Licensed Professional Counselors, Therapists, OBLUGT. Or-counseling.com, Oregon Counseling Association. ORCA. OMHCA.com, Oregon Mental Health Counselors Association, OMITCA. OSCAInc.org, Oregon School Counselor Association, OSCA. Pennsylvania Counseling Associations Organizations. PAMFT.org, Pennsylvania Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, PAMFED. PACounseling.org, Pennsylvania Counseling Association, PCA. PACounseling.org/PMHCA.htm, Pennsylvania Mental Health Counseling Association, PMITCA. PACounseling.org/PSCA, Pennsylvania School Counseling Association, PSCA. Rhode Island Counseling Associations Organizations. RISCassociation.org, Rhode Island School Counselor Association, RISCA. South Carolina Counseling Associations Organizations. SCAMFT.org, South Carolina Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, SCAMFED. PalmettoCounselor.org, South Carolina Counseling Association, SCA. SCMHCA.org, South Carolina Mental Health Counselors Association, SCMITCA. SCSchoolCounselor.org, South Carolina School Counselor Association, SCUSCA. South Dakota Counseling Associations Organizations. SDAMFT.org, South Dakota Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, SDAMFED. SDSchoolCounselors.org, South Dakota School Counselors Association, STSCA. Tennessee Counseling Associations Organizations. TNAMFT.org, Tennessee Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, TAMFED. TNCounselors.org, Tennessee Counseling Association, TCA. tnschoolcounselor.org, Tennessee School Counselor Association, TSCA. Texas Counseling Associations Organizations. Houston LPC Association.org, Houston licensed. Professional Counselor Association, HELPCA. TXCA.org, Texas Counseling Association, TCA. DallasMetroCA.com, Dallas Metro Counseling Association, DMCA. HoustonCounselor.org, Houston Counseling Association, HCA. RGVCA.org, Rio Grande Valley Counseling Association, RGVCA. WestTexasSCA.org, West Texas Counseling Association, BUCTA. TXSCA.org, Texas School Counselor Association, TSCA. Utah Counseling Associations Organizations. UTSchoolCounselor.org, Utah School Counselor Association, USCA. Vermont Counseling Associations Organizations. VTMHCA.org, Vermont Mental Health Counselors Association, VTMITCA. Virginia Counseling Associations Organizations. Counselors-NVLPC.org, Northern Virginia Licensed Professional Counselors, NVLPC. VAMFT.org, Virginia Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, VAMFED. VAADAC.com, Virginia Association of Alcoholism and Drug Abuse Counselors, VAADC. VACC.org, Virginia Association of Clinical Counselors, VAC. VCACounselors.org, Virginia Counselors Association, VCA. VSCA.org, Virginia School Counselor Association. Washington Counseling Associations Organizations. CounselingZATTLE.com/SCA.htm, Seattle Counselors Association, SCA. WACounseling.org, Washington Counseling Association, WCA. WMHCA.org, Washington Mental Health Counselors Association, WMITCA. WA-SchoolCounselor.org, Washington School Counselor Association, WSCA. West Virginia Counseling Associations Organizations. WVCounseling.org, West Virginia Counseling Association, WVCA. Wisconsin Counseling Associations Organizations. RelationshipHelp.org, Wisconsin Association for Marriage and Family Therapy, WAMFED. Wisconsin CertiFICATIOnboard.org, Wisconsin Certification Board, WCB for Drug and Alcohol Counselors. Chapter 3. A list of mental health counselor organizations from the Theagapecenter.com/organizations/mental-health-counselor.htm. Mental health counselor organizations. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/mental_health_counselor, Wikipedia. armhca.org, Arkansas Mental Health Counselors Association. A list of mental health counselors by U.S. state. almhca.com, Alabama Mental Health Counselor Association, ALMITCA. armhca.org, Arkansas Mental Health Counselors Association, ARMHCA. Cmain.com/division/CMITCA/CMITCAmain.htm Connecticut Mental Health Counselors Association, CMITCA. FMHCA.org, Florida Mental Health Counselors Association, FMITCA. IdahoMentalHealth.org, Idaho Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. IMHCA.org, Illinois Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. IMHCA.com, Indiana Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. IMHCA.net, Iowa Mental Health Counselors Association, IMITCA. KMHCA.org, Kentucky Mental Health Counselors Association, KMITCA. LCPCM.org, Licensed Clinical Professional Counselors of Maryland, LCPCM. MAMHCA.org, Massachusetts Mental Health Counselors Association, MHCA. mmhca.org, Michigan Mental Health Counselors Association, AMITCA. mmhca.net, Missouri Mental Health Counselors Association, AMITCA. mcmhca.org, Montana Clinical Mental Health Counselors Association, MCMITCA. nhmhca.org, New Hampshire Mental Health Counseling Association, NMITCA. NewJerseyMHCA.org, New Jersey Mental Health Counselors Association, NJMITCA. nmca.nm.org/lpca_nm, Licensed Professional Counseling Association of New Mexico, LPCAN. NewYorkMHCA.org, New York Mental Health Counselors Association, NMITCA. LPCANC.org, Licensed Professional Counselors Association of North Carolina, LPCAN. NDMHCA.org, North Dakota Mental Health Counselor Association, NMITCA. OMHCA.org, Ohio Mental Health Counselors Association, OMITCA. OMHCA.com, Oregon Mental Health Counselors Association, OMITCA. pacounseling.org/pmitka.htm Pennsylvania Mental Health Counseling Association, PMITCA. scmhca.org, South Carolina Mental Health Counselors Association, SCMITCA. vtmhca.org, Vermont Mental Health Counselors Association, VTMITCA. vaccine.org, Virginia Association of Clinical Counselors, VACC. Counselors-nvlpc.org, Northern Virginia Licensed Professional Counselors, NVLPC. WMHCA.org, Washington Mental Health Counselors Association, WMITCA. Chapter 4. School Psychology Websites from the Theagapecenter.com/organizations/specialties/school-psychologists.htm. School Psychologists Associations and Organizations. Theabsp.org, American Board of School Psychology, ABSP. stemnet.nf.ca/copy, Canadian Association of School Psychologists, CASP, Canada, CA. ISPAweb.org, International School Psychology Association, ISPA. NASBonline.org, National Association of School Psychologists. School Psychologist Orgs by U.S. State. AASPweb.org, Alabama Association of School Psychologists, AASP. home.gci.net/ASPA/index.htm, Alaska School Psychologists Association, ASPA. avasp.org, Antelope Valley Association of School Psychologists, AVASP. ca.gov, California, CA. azschoolpsychologist.org, Arizona Association of School Psychologists, AASP. ASPAonline.net, Arkansas School Psychology Association, ASPA. copyonline.org, California Association of School Psychologists. technopsych.com/casp.htm, Kern Association of School Psychologists, KASP. co.kern.ca.us, Kern County. sancasp.org, San Diego County Association of School Psychologists. cssponline.org, Colorado Society of School Psychologists, CSSP. copyweb.org, Connecticut Association of School Psychologists, CASP. DASP.org, Date Association of School Psychologists, DASP. Miami-Dade.gov, Miami-Dade County. myflorida.com, Florida, FL. DelasSOCSCHSci.org, Delaware Association of School Psychologists, DASP. FOSP.org, Florida Association of School Psychologists, FASP. GASPnet.org, Georgia Association of School Psychologists, GASP. HASP.org, Hawaii Association of School Psychologists, HASP. IdahoSchoolPsych.org, Idaho Association of School Psychologists, IASP. ELISPA.org, Illinois School Psychologists Association, ISPA. IASPweb.org, Indiana Association of School Psychologists, IASP. iowaschoolpsych.com, Iowa School Psychologists Association, ISPA. CASP.org, Kansas Association of School Psychologists, KASP. Psychology.eku.edu/CAPS, Kentucky Association for Psychology in the Schools, CAPS. LSPAonline.org, Louisiana School Psychological Association, LSPA. MSPAonline.org, Maryland School Psychologists Association, MSPA. dac.neu.edu/cp/MSPA, Massachusetts School Psychologists Association, MSPA. MOSPionline.org, Michigan Association of School Psychologists, MASP. MSPAweb.org, Minnesota School Psychologists Association, MSPA. MAPS-online.org, Mississippi Association for Psychology in the Schools, MAPS. MOSPweb.org, Missouri Association of School Psychologists, MASP. ops.org/nspa/home.html, Nebraska School Psychologists Association, NSPA. NASPweb.org, New Hampshire Association of School Psychologists, NHASP. NewJerseyASP.org, New Jersey Association of School Psychologists, NJASP. Education.nmsu.edu/projects/nmasp, New Mexico Association of School Psychologists, NMASP. NIASP.org, New York Association of School Psychologists, NIASP. WNYSPA.org, Western New York School Psychologists Association, UNISPA. NCSchoolPsy.org, North Carolina School Psychology Association, XPA. missu.nodac.edu/schpsych/ndasp/ndasp.html, North Dakota Association of School Psychologists, NDASP. OSPAonline.org, Ohio School Psychologists Association, OSPA. OSPAweb.org, Oklahoma School Psychological Association, OSPA. OSPAonline.com, Oregon School Psychologists Association, OSPA. ASPPonline.org, Association of School Psychologists of Pennsylvania, ASPP. SanCASP.org, San Diego County Association of School Psychologists. SCASBweb.org, South Carolina Association of School Psychologists, SCASP. USD.edu/SDASP, South Dakota Association of School Psychologists, SDASP. TASPonline.org, Tennessee Association of School Psychologists, TASP. TXASP.org, Texas Association of School Psychologists, TASP. COE.usu.edu/psyc/UASP, Utah Association of School Psychologists, UASP. VASPweb.org, Virginia Academy of School Psychologists, VASP. WSASP.org, Washington State Association of School Psychologists, WSASP. WA-schoolcounselor.org, Washington School Counselor Association, WSCA. Pages.prodigy.net/Woodward Family, West Virginia School Psychologists Association, WSPA. Wisconsin School Psychologists Association, WSPA. WSPA-WY.org, Wyoming School Psychology Association, WSPA. Another list of school counselor associations and organizations by state. Schoolcounselor.org, American School Counselor Association, ASCSA. AXCA.com, Alaska School Counselor Association. Schoolcounselor-ca.org, California Association of School Counselors, CASC. ilschoolcounselor.org, Illinois School Counselor Association, ISCSA. ISCA-in.org, Indiana School Counselor Association, ISCSA. IowaSchoolCounselors.org, Iowa School Counselor Association, ISCSA. KSSCA.com, Kansas School Counselor Association. MeSchoolCounselor.org, Maine School Counselor Association, MESCA. MossCA.org, Massachusetts School Counselors Association, MASCA. MTSchoolCounselor.org, Montana School Counselor Association, MISCA. GNSCA.org, Greater Nevada School Counselor Association, NSCA. SNSCA.org, Southern Nevada School Counselor Association, TNSCA. NewJerseySCA.org, New Jersey School Counselor Association, NJSCA. NYSSCA.org, New York State School Counselor Association, NISCA. OhioSchoolCounselors.org, Ohio School Counselor Association, OSCA. OSCAInc.org, Oregon School Counselor Association, OSCA. PAWcounseling.org/PSCA.htm, Pennsylvania School Counseling Association, PSCA. RISCassociation.org, Rhode Island School Counselor Association, RISCA. SCSchoolCounselor.org, South Carolina School Counselor Association, SCUSCA. SDSchoolCounselors.org, South Dakota School Counselors Association, STSCA. TNSchoolCounselor.org, Tennessee School Counselor Association. TXSCA.org, Texas School Counselor Association, TSCA. UTSchoolCounselor.org, Utah School Counselor Association, USCA. VSCA.org, Virginia School Counselor Association. WA-schoolcounselor.org, Washington School Counselor Association.